Good morning, Paul DeMerico, Operations Section Chief. This is the morning update and today's plan for October 24th. We'll continue to talk a little bit about Branch 1. Still looking good, no concerns, no issues as of right now. We do have very high winds at the high elevations that are coming up over the divide and pushing down to the west at 60 to 70 miles an hour. That is causing concern across the fire, but so far in Branch 1, things are holding and remain within the containment lines. We do continue to have resources in Branch 1 monitoring all activity, especially in this area south of Bel Air Lakes. As we move around into Branch 2 on the eastern side of the fire, I want to talk a little bit about Structure Pingree area and the Pingree Road and the CSU campus. We just got a report that activity has picked up on some of those unburned islands that I have mentioned in previous briefings. Again, there's not a lot of threat for movement out to the west because we have to the east because we have all of our we have a lot of fire out there currently and a lot of containment lines. Our concern is some of those green islands is some of the infrastructure in here. We do have folks in place and we are monitoring that situation and will be throughout the day and in the coming days. Moving around to Tango, everything in here is still holding to south of the 44H Buckhorn Road. The slop has been picked up. We have added additional containment on this. No issues as of now. No concerns. Same over here in Division Uniform, the spot fire. We should, if things continue to progress as they have, we'll have containment around that, all the way around that by end of shift today. Division Victor, the fire is held south or west of County Road 27. No issues, no concerns. We have turned the corner on just north of Cedar Park area. We do have a combination of hand and dozer line, and that is continuing to hold with no issues or concerns at the moment. What our big focus on today, besides Structure Pingree, is the area on the North Fork Trail, the retreat area, and really focusing on making sure the fire with these winds and the red flag warning doesn't get established back down and hook around us and cause another issue with the fire moving east and outflanking us and getting into these communities. So we're really focused here. And we do have crews inserted on the North Fork Trail and making sure that, and trying to hold that fire north of there. Moving down into what we're calling the Thompson Zone, which is when the fire jumped over here on the Continental Divide, down in what we call Division Whiskey in the Thompson Zone. We also have Structure Group 43 inserted into Estes Park. Last night, those winds that I just talked about picked up significantly about midnight and about 0400, 4 o'clock this morning. We saw a substantial increase in fire activity right in this area in here. Currently, the fire has moved about 2.5 miles and is just west of the YMC area, Bear Lake area in Estes Park. We do have crews inserted in that area. One of our biggest concerns right now is that we can't fly due to the winds. So, and we cannot, what we're doing is we're monitoring the fire activity through satellite imagery. That's all we can do right now. We can't see the fire from where we're at. We do see the smoke. We do know from satellite imagery that it's somewhere around in this area here. In the public meetings and yesterday's meeting, I talked about the fuels treatments that the park has done. I've also talked about a catcher's mitt. That is still valid. With these winds, it is the probability of success. We're not very confident with these wind speeds that those fuel treatments and that catcher's mitt is going to be viable for suppression action to be able to stop the fire spread. We do have folks inserted in there to potentially begin firing operations to try to deflect the fire from impacting this area of Estes Park. But again, with these wind speeds, it's very tough for our folks on the ground right now. We're very dynamic, extreme conditions that we're working with. We are expecting some weather this evening, some precipitations as our RHs rise around 1900. We'll begin to see that, which is 7 p.m. But until then, we're going to continue our suppression actions and doing what we're doing as if though we're not going to receive any weather. That's what we typically do. We're not planning for that. We're preparing for the worst and expecting and being optimistic that we'll be successful in there. But again, we got a heck of a day ahead of us. Please be diligent. Please listen to the authorities. If you get an evacuation order, please adhere to that. We don't like to put those out unless we absolutely have to. The fire, currently our projections and our models are showing it. If we don't take any action, that it would be somewhere in here by the end of shift today. We're going to do everything we can with our folks to ensure that we try to deflect the fire away from Estes Park. Thank you.